Hello everybody, welcome back to 10-Minute Reviews. Jason here, bringing you today's video. My fuzzy co-star, I can see her out of the corner of my eye. She may or may not make an appearance, but Freya is here. So today we want to bring you guys a new book and a new author. I haven't talked about them in the past. As always, guys, please hit the like and subscribe buttons. We're going to talk about books no matter what, because we love to read them, and we love to get books out there for you guys, but we would appreciate any support you guys might want to give us. So this book, it's by Robert E Hampson, and it's called The Moon and the Desert. It just came out this month. It's a brand new book, so you're not likely to, I didn't look, but you're not likely to find it on Kindle Unlimited or anything along those lines, but you could definitely get a digital copy for sure, Kindle copy, and probably hardback if you go down to the bookstore, if they still have them. So The Moon and the Desert by Robert E Hampson. Absolutely fantastic book, guys. Fantastic book. And if you guys want to talk about books, check out the Discord channel. I just created it. Just check the description down below. You could give me book suggestions. We can talk about the books, talk with each other about the books. Hopefully I can maybe get some authors that'll pop in on there. That'd be awesome. So this book, as always, guys, I'm going to talk about 4 things: the world, the characters, plot, the writing style. So the world, it's us. It's our world. It's our world. But it is not modern times. It is what you would probably call near future. Almost everything in the book, and there's a lot of tech or science speak that is in this book. I believe the author is I think he's an MD or PhD in something medical related or tech related as well. So there's a lot of tech in this book, because you guys will understand when we talk about some of this stuff. But it's future, but again, near future. Everything in there is plausible. A lot of it we do now, or can do now, and the rest of it is definitely plausible and things that you can see coming up in, depending on how on your age, maybe within your lifetime, maybe, if not possibly within your children's lifetime. But I would say they don't really ever mention an exact year, although they do mention, this occurred in the 21st century, stuff like that. So definitely at least 100 years ahead of us, but probably no more than 200 years ahead of us max, because the technology didn't advance that fast. We are in space, but we're barely in space. We have a moon base. We do have ships now that can make it to, say, depending on where it is in the orbit, Mars in 6 months. In theory, but this is like just bare. We're not on Mars. We're going to Mars. Going to Mars. So, and that's going to lead us into the character. So the main character, his name is Glenn. I'm not going to get into the rest of the names. It's definitely a nod to astronauts of previous lore or history rather. But Glenn is a doctor. He's a Space Force doctor and astronaut, and intends to go to Mars. That's where he wants to go. That's where he's been aiming his whole life towards, is going to Mars. Now, unfortunately, while he is on the moon, he is part of an accident. He actually saves somebody else from an accident that leads him to be catastrophically injured. Catastrophically injured. Basically, he loses both legs, an arm, an eye, and an ear. And no TBI, anything along those lines, but loses 3 limbs, and then 1 eye and an ear. And of course this is going to give some issues, and this is where we get into more future tech, but again, plausible. A big portion of this book, a huge portion of this book, deals with his recovery and his attempts to be something unique, basically prosthetics. Prosthetics, but at a level that would be bionic. There's references to the old $6 Million Man and things along those lines, and a lot of discussion in how these would work, and how this is not just going to be plug and play, and the kind of difficulties that it may cause, and how long it may take, even if we were able to come up with prosthetics that could move, that our brains could control, that we would be able to move. How it's not just going to be plug and play. You're not just going to snap it on and it's going to go out for a jog. Just like we learn how to use our bodies, our brains have to learn how to use something new as well. So that's covered. That's a big part of what's covered in this book. Not to mention the psychological aspects of it. So we do have other doctors that are part of this, engineers obviously that are part of this, psychiatrists that are a part of this. So Again, a huge portion of this book deals with Glenn and his recovery, the operations, the tech, how it would work, how it may not work, how there could, what kind of issues could pop up, may not pop up. And again, all this stuff extremely plausible. There's things that you can see now today. We have the hints of, the possibilities, the interest of maybe we can pull this off, maybe we can't. But it's right there. A lot of this stuff feels like it's right at our fingertips. Some of it, such as using quantum entanglement for computers, things along those lines, that feels a little bit farther away. But you never know, because we know it's possible. We just, whether or not we can actually do it now, who knows? You know, some of the medical stuff might be a little bit beyond us, may or may not. And then a portion of the book also deals, the latter portion of the book deals with Glenn trying to get back into space, getting back at least to the moon, and becoming a fully functioning human being again, and in a contributing human being. And also deals with, Glenn has a little bit of hero complex, even though he refuses to admit it, hates being called a hero, things along those lines. He's got a little bit of self-sacrifice hero complex in him. There's also some interpersonal relationships that are really, really interesting, which kind of leads me to the, and there's a pretty cool, you know, mystery and emergency situation / action kind of portion of the book, a pretty big portion of the book near the tail end. Absolutely fantastic. So this book covers everything, which kind of leads me to the writing style, guys. I'm not even sure how I would describe the writing style other than absolutely gripping. Guys, I got this, it is 6:15 right now. I got this book at 3 o'clock this afternoon. I started reading it at, I think, like 3:30, and I could not put it down. Could not put it down. Which is why I made this batch of videos, because I finished it all at once. Didn't put it down, didn't go eat, didn't put it down for anything. I was carrying it with me if I had to go to the bathroom. It was a fantastic book, guys. Fantastic book. I recommend this book so much, guys. So please, after you guys hit the like and subscribe button, check out Robert E Hampson's The Moon and the Desert. I think you guys will really love it. Thank you, everybody, for watching. We'll catch you next time.